Good morning, students. Now we discuss about the exercise 9.5, not 11.5, second problem. You see the questions. The probability that Mr. Q hits a target at any trial is 1 by 4. Suppose he tries at the target 10 times. Find the probability that he hits the target exactly 4 times at least one time. So you see here, Mr. Q is a person, he hits the target. So at any trial, its the probability is it hits the target, its the trial is 1 by 4. That means probability is 1 by 4. So this probability I take the P equal to 1 by 4. Next, suppose he tries at the target 10 times. That means Mr. Q tries 10 times. So N equal to 10. Next, see the question, find the probability that he hits the target exactly 4 times. So suppose he take the 4 times target. So what's the probability? They ask the questions. So now we will find out the probability of exactly 4 times. Next, subdivision to at least one time. Suppose at least he get the target. At least one time means 1 time, 2 time, 3 time, up to 10 times. This is the possibilities of at least one time. So now from these questions I take the conditions. That means hence n equal to 10 times means he tries at the target 10 times. So 10 times I take the n equal to 10. Next, here the probability that the Mr. Q hits the target. So it's the probability I take the P equal to 1 by 4. Next, Q equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus P means 1 minus 1 by 4. So I just doing the cross multiplication. 4 minus 1 means 3 by 4. That means Q equal to 3 by 4. Therefore, I write the binomial distribution formula. Probability of x equal to NCX P power x Q power n minus x. You see here, that means NCX means n value is 10 and x value is 4. Here x equal to, that means it's a binomial distribution, but now we discuss about it. Now we will find out the answer for subdivision 1. 4 times means I take the x equal to 4. So probability of x equal to 4 means I substitute the x values 4 in this binomial distribution. N value is 10. So 10C4. P value is 1 by 4. 1 by 4 whole power 4. 3 and Q value is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 whole power 10 minus 4. So 3 by 4 whole power 6. Therefore 10C4 1 by 4 power 4. 3 power 6 by 4 power 6. Therefore the next step, 210C4 means 210. 3 power 6 by 4 power 10. This is the answer for the probability of x equal to 4. Second subdivisions. Now they ask about the at least one time hit. At least one time means hit means probability of x less than or equal to 1. That means probability of x greater, at least means greater than or equal to symbol will come. Probability of x greater than or equal to 1 plus probability of x less than 1 equal to 1. So probability of x less than 1 means we take the probability of x equal to 0. Here greater than or equal to 1 will come. So probability of x, because at least means we take the symbol greater than or equal to. At most only we take the less than or equal to. So here probability of x greater than or equal to 1 plus probability of x less than 1 equal to 1. So x less than 1 means x takes the smaller value of 1. So smaller value of 1 is x equal to 0. So I take the probability of x equal to 0. Therefore, probability of x greater than, here greater than or equal to symbol will come. Probability of x greater than or equal to 1 equal to 1 minus probability of x equal to 0. So 1 minus 10C 0. That means P value is 1 by 4 whole power 0. 3 by 4. Here 1 by 4 will come. 1 by 4 whole power x value is 0. 3 by 4 whole power 10 minus 0. So the next step 1 minus, that means the 10C 0 means 0. 10C 0 is 1. So 1 power 4, 1 by 4, here 1 by 4 whole power 0, anything power 0 is 1, 1, 3 and 3 by 4 whole power 10. So in the next step 1 minus 3 by 4 whole power 10. So therefore probability of here x greater than or equal to 1. So probability of x greater than or equal to 1 equal to 1 minus 3 power 10 by 4 power 10. This is the answer for probability of x greater than or equal to 1. Next, third problem. Using binomial distribution, find the mean and variance of x for the following experiments. Subdivision 1. A fair coin is tossed 100 times and x denotes the number of heads. Subdivision 2. A fair die is tossed 240 times and x denotes the number of times that 4 appeared. You see here, that means by using binomial distribution, find the mean and the variance. So in this questions they ask about the mean and the variance of x for the following experiment. You see, a fair coin is tossed. A coin is tossed 100 times. So n equal to 100 and x denote the number of head. X is the random variable, it denote the number of head. So see here, that means the question is, and the next subdivision 2, a fair die is tossed. A fair die is rolled 240 times. 240 times the fair die is rolled. So n equal to 240. X denote the number of times that 4 appeared. So x denote the number of time means it is a, that means x denote the number of times 4 appeared. So now we will solve the first problem, first subdivisions. So from the first subdivisions, we take the coin is tossed 100 times. So n equal to 100. Next, x denote the number of head. So 100 times means I take the coin toss 100 times means, so p equal to 1 by 2, q equal to 1 minus 1, 1 minus p means 1 by 2. That means probability of success is 1 by 2, probability of failure is 1 by 2. So next, you see the questions here, we will find out mean and variance. Therefore the mean formula is np. So np means the n value is 100 into p value is 1 by 2, so 15. Next, variance. Variance means npq. Npq means n value is 100 into p value is 1 by 2 into q value is 1 by 2, so 100 by 4 means 25. So this is the mean equal to 50, variance equal to 25. Next, second subdivisions. You see the second subdivision, a fair die is tossed 240 times. 240 times means n equal to 240. So next, x denote the number of times 4 appeared. So number of, that means in a die 4, that means the sample space is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 4 only one time appeared out of 6. So the p equal to 1 by 6. Next, q equal to, that means the number of, there is a sample spaces, n of s is 6. So total number of 4 means only 1 4 in the sample spaces. So 1 number of chances is only one time. So 1 by 6p. From this we calculate the q. Q equal to 1 minus p. 1 minus 1 by 6. We are just doing the cross multiplication. 6 minus 1, 5 by 6. So q equal to 5 by 6. Therefore mean equal to np. So n value is 240 and p value is 1 by 6. We just doing the cross multiplication. So that means 40. Therefore variance, mean equal to 40, variance equal to npq. npq means the n value is 240, p value is here, p value is 1 by 6 into q value is 5 by 6. Therefore we write it. That means we just doing the 6 divide the 240. So the answer is 40. Again 6 divide the 40 and the 6 divided by 3 divided by 2. So that means I cancel the 40 by 20. So 20. Next, 3 2s are 6. So 3. So from this I write it 20 into 5 by 3. 20 into 5 means 100 by 3. So 100 by 3 is the answer for the second variance answer. Variance equal to 100 by 3. This is the answer for the second subdivision. So from the second subdivision, mean equal to 40, variance equal to 100 by 3. Fourth problem, the probability that a certain kind of component will survive a electrical test is 3 by 4. Find the probability that exactly 3 of the 5 component testers are tested survive. So here the probability that a certain kind of component will survive at least, that means survive a electrical test is 3 by 4. Find the probability that exactly 3 of the 5 component tested survive. So you see here, that means 5 component, the 5 totally 5 component. So n equal to 5. So next step, the probability of the electrical survive is 3 by 4. So p equal to 3 by 4, q equal to 1 minus p. 1 minus 3 by 4 means we are just doing the cross multiplication. 4 minus 3, 1 by 4. Q equal to 1 by 4. So therefore probability of x equal to x. That means nc x p power x. Now I taking the binomial distribution. Probability of x equal to x means nc x p power x q power n minus x. So you see here nc, n value is 5. So here is, that means they ask about the find the probability that exactly 3 of the 5 component. So I take the x equal to 3. They ask about the probability of exactly 3. So probability of x equal to 3 means 5c3. That means we write it p equal to 3 by 4 whole power x value is 3, q value is, that means 1 by 4 whole power 5 minus 3. So therefore 5c3 means 5 into 4 into 3 by 3 into 2 into 1 equal to, that means 3 2s are 6. That means the 3 cancel, 2 divide the 4, 5 2s are 10. So 10 into 3 power 3 by 4 power 3 into 1 by 4 whole square. 5 minus 3 means whole square. So, and 10 into, you write it. 3 power 3 means 27 by 4 power 3 means 1000, here 4 power 3. So 4 power 3 into 4, 4 power 4. 4 power 4, here you see here, that means 3 power 3, 1 square by 4 square means 4 power 5. That means 10 into 3 cube is 27. 27 by 4 power 5. 4 power 5 means here 16 into 4 square is 16. So 4 square into 4 square into 4. 16 into 6 96. Again 16 I multiplied. So the answer is, that means 16 into 16. The answer is 256. Again 1 4 I multiplied. So 256 into 4 is 1024. Therefore 4 power 5 answer is 1024. So I substitute. Instead of 4 power 5 I write it 1024. And 227 into 10, 270. Therefore 270 by 1024. This is the answer for probability of x equal to 3. So this is the answer for the probability that exactly 3 components of the 5 component tested survive. This is the answer. Probability of x equal to 3 equal to 270 by 1024. A retailer purchases a certain kind of electronic device from a manufacturer. The manufacturer indicates that the defective rate of the device is 5%. The inspector of the retailer randomly picks 10 items from his shipment. What is the probability that there will be subdivision 1, at least one defective item, subdivision 2, exactly 2 defective items. So you see here, a retailer purchases a certain kind of electronic device. So a retailer purchases here, that means electronic device from a manufacturer. The manufacturer indicates that the defective rate of the device is 5%. So the defective rate, I take the P equal to 5%. That means the P equal to 5 by 100. So 5 by 100 means P equal to 1 by 20. Next N equal to 5. So Q equal to 1 minus P. 1 minus P means 1 minus 1 by 20. I am just doing the cross multiplication. 20 minus 1 by 20. Q equal to, that means 19 by 20. And they are asking about the at least one defective item. At least one defective item means probability of x greater than or equal to 1 plus probability of x less than 1 equal to 1. So probability of x greater than or equal to 1 means 1 minus probability of x less than 1. So you see, probability of 1 minus probability of x less than 1. That means probability of x greater than or equal to 1 means x less than 1 means the lesser value of, that means the small. Now we take the x, take the value smaller value of 1. Smaller value than 1. So smaller value of 1 is, that means x equal to 0. It is a smaller value. So x here 0 will come. X equal to 0 will come. So 1 minus probability of x equal to 0. 1 minus, I substitute the x equal to 0 in the binomial distribution. The binomial distribution formula is NCX p power x q power n minus x. Here n equal to 5. So 5c0, p value is 1 by 20. I substitute 1 by 20 whole power 0. Q value is, the q value is 19 by 20. 19 by 20 n minus x. N value is 5 minus 0. So in the next step, 1 minus 5c0 is 1. Anything power 0 is 1. 19 by 20 whole power 5. So 19 power 5, 19 by 20 whole power 5 means I just doing the cross multiplication. 19 by 20 is 0.9 whole power 5. Therefore 1 minus 0.9 whole power 5. This is the answer for at least one defective item. At least one defective means here probability of x greater than or equal to 1. This mentioned the probability of at least one defective item. So the answer is 1 minus 0.9 whole power 5. You see here probability of exactly 2 defective items. This fifth problem, exactly 2 defective item. Exactly means we take the x equal to 2. So probability of, this is the binomial distribution formula. Probability of x equal to ncx p power x q power n minus x. So I substitute n equal to 5, x value is 2 and p value is 1 by 20 whole power 2, q value is 19 by 20 whole power 5 minus 2. So 5c2 1 by 20 square, 19 by 20 whole power 3. So 5c2 means 5 into 4 by 2 into 1. So I just this to divide the 4. So 5 2s are 10. 5c2 answer is 10. So 10 into 1 by 20 whole square. Next I separate the power. That means I take the power in the numerator and denominator. So 19 power 3. That means 19 power 3, 20 power 3. So I add the 20 square, 20 power. 3. So I add the base are same. So I add the power 20 power 2 plus 3 5. So 10 into 19 power 3 by 20 power 5. This is the answer for probability of exactly 2 items are defective. So probability of x equal to 2. The answer is 10 into 19 power 3 by 20 power 5. This is the answer for probability of exactly 2 items are defective. Sixth problem. If the probability that a fluorescent light has a useful life of at least 600 hours is 0.9, find the probabilities that among 12 such light, that means the subdivision 1 exactly 10 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours. Subdivision 2 at least 11 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours. Subdivision 3 at least 2 will not at least 2 will not have a useful life of at least 600 hours. That means you read the questions. If the probability that a fluorescent light has a useful life of at least 600 hours is 0.9, find the probability that among 12 such light, exactly 10 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours, at least 11 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours, at least 2 will not have a useful life of at least 600 hours. You see here, the probability that a fluorescent light has a useful lifetime is at least 600 hours. So its probability is 0.9. So I take the p equal to 0.9, and next find the probability that among 12 such light. So here number of light is 12. So n equal to 12. So next subdivision 1 we will find out exactly 10 will have a 10 light will have a useful life of at least 600 hours. So that means the 10 light will have the at least 600. 600 means more than 600 and more than 600 hours. At least 11 light will have a useful life of at least 600 hours. Now we will show that 611 light will have the at least 600 hours. Next, at least 2 will not have a useful life of at least 600 hours. That means 2 light will not get the lifetime 600 hours. We will prove these three subdivisions. So from the questions I take n equal to here 12 light take. So number of light equal to 12. So n equal to 12. Next probability equal to the probability of the fluorescent light is its probability is 0.9. So I take the p equal to 0.99. Next q equal to 1 minus p, 1 minus 0.9, therefore 0.1. Next probability, if now I write the binomial distribution formula, that means probability of x equal to x means ncx p power x q power n minus x. So I substitute here, that means the probability of x equal to x, n equal to 12, 12cx, p value is 0.9 whole power, x value is whole power, that means whole power x. Next, q value is 0.1 whole power n minus n value is 12, 12 minus x. Now exactly subdivision 1 exactly 10 will have a useful life of at least 600. So 10 means here I take the x equal to 10. So 12c 10. 12c 10 means the total 12 minus 10 is 2. So 12c2. I take the 12c2. So next is 0.9. I take the throughout the subdivisions I take the x equal to 10. I substitute x equal to 10 in the previous formula. So 12c2 0.9 whole power 10. 0.1 whole power 12 minus 10 is 2. So in the next step 12c2 means 12 into 11 by 2 into 1, 0.9 whole power 10, 0.1 whole square means 0.01. So the next step I multiply this, that means 2 divide the 12, so 66, and that means 6 into 11 66 0.9 whole power 10 0.01. So therefore that means we will write it 0.66. I multiply the 66 into 0.001, 0.66 into 0.9 whole power 10. This is the answer for exactly 10 light will have at least 600 hours. This is the probability answer. So next, at least 10 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours. So 10 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours means we take the at least not 10, 11. Here 11. 11 will have a useful life of at least 600 means 11 I take the x. So at least 11 means the probability of x greater than or equal to 11. So probability of x greater than or equal to 11 means So here I take the probability of x equal to 11 plus probability of x equal to 12. So that means the probability of x take the value 11 and more than value. So totally number of bulb is 12. So the x takes the 11 and 12. So probability of x equal to 11 plus probability of x equal to 12. So I substitute this x values in the binomial distribution. 12c11, 0.9 power 11, 0.1 power 12 minus 11 plus 12c12, 0.9 power 12, 0.1 power 12 minus 12. We substitute 12 into 12c11 means 12 minus 11 is 1, 12c1, 12c1 value is 12 into 0.9 power 11, 0.1 power 1 equal to 12c12 is 1, 0.9 power 12 and 0.1 power 0 is 1. Anything power 0, 1. So in the next step, 12 into 0.9 power 11 plus 0.9 power 12. So in the next step, I take the common factor 0.9 power 11. So the value is 0. That means here 0.1 will come here. That means 12 into 0.9 power 11 into 0.1. So 12 into 0.1, 1.2 plus the next 0.9 power 11 will I write in the outside. So remaining 0.9. I add it 1.2 plus 0.9 value is 2.1. Therefore 0.9 power 11 into 2.1. This is the answer for the at least 11 will have a useful life of at least 600 hours. Next, third subdivision, at least 2 will not have a useful life of at least 600 hours. So 2 will not have a useful life of at least 600 hours means I take the n equal to 12, p equal to 0.1, q equal to 0.9. So I take that probability of x equal to nc x p power x q power n minus x. I substitute this binomial distribution formula. So probability of x equal to x, n value is 12, 12c x, p value is 0.1 whole power x, q value is 0.9 whole power, n value is 12, 12 minus x. In the next step, probability of x greater than or equal to plus probability of x, because they ask about the at least 2 will not have a useful 2 will not have a 600 hours. So at least 2 means probability of x greater than or equal to plus probability of x less than 2 equal to 1. So from this I write it. So you see here probability of x greater than or equal to 2 equal to 1 minus probability of x less than 2. So x less than 2 means x takes the smaller value of 2. Smaller value than 2 means the smaller value is x equal to 0, x equal to 1. So I substitute in the binomial distribution 12c 0, 0.1 whole power 0, 0.9 whole power 12 minus 0 plus 12c1, 0.1 whole power 1, 0.9 whole power 12 minus 1. So I write it 1 minus, that means 12c0 is 1, 0.1 whole power 0 is 1, 0.9 whole power 12 minus 0 is power 12 plus 12c1 means 12, 0.1 into 0.9, 12 minus 1 is 11. So 1 minus, here the common factor is 0.9 whole power 11. I write in the outside. So remaining factor is 0.9 plus 1 point. I multiply the 12 into 0.1 is 1.2. So I add it 2.1. Therefore 1 minus 0.9 whole power 11 into 2.1. This is the answer for the probability of x greater than or equal to 2. So you see here, seventh problem. The mean and the standard deviation of a binomial distribution, binomial variate x are respectively 6 and 2. Find subdivision 1 the probability mass function, subdivision 2 probability of x equal to 3, subdivision 3 probability of x greater than or equal to 2. You see the mean and the standard deviation of a binomial variate x are respectively 6 and 2. The mean is 6 and the standard deviation is 2. So find the probability of mass function and probability of x equal to 3, probability of x greater than or equal to 2. You see, so mean, they ask about they give the mean equal to 6 and the standard deviation equal to 2. So mean equal to 6, standard deviation equal to 2 means the mean formula is NP, mean equal to NP. So in the left hand side I write it NP equal to 6. Next is standard deviation formula is square root of NP cube. So I write it, instead of standard deviation I write it the square root of NPQ equal NPQ. So in the right hand side equal to 2. So in the next step you see this square root I will remove. So taking the square on both sides. So NPQ equal to 2 square is 4. Therefore NP value is, you see the NP value is 6. So I substitute. For NP I substitute 6. 6Q equal to 4. Q equal to 4 by 6. 4 by 6 means 2 by 3. Therefore Q equal to 2 by 3. So the next step P equal to 1 minus Q. 1 minus Q value is 2 by 3. I just doing the cross multiplication. 3 minus 2 by 3. 3 minus 2 means 1 by 3. P equal to 1 by 3. Therefore, substitute P equal to 1 by 3 in NP equal to 6. So that means I substitute n into the p value is 1 by 3 equal to 6. I just doing the cross multiplication. N equal to 6 3s are 18. N equal to 18. So subdivision 1, probability of x equal to x. N c x p power x q power n minus x. So n value is 18. 18 c x p value is 1 by 3 whole power x, q value is 2 by 3 whole power 18 minus x. Next, subdivision 2, probability of x equal to 3. Probability of x equal to 3 means probability p equal to 1 by 3, n equal to 18, q equal to 2 by 3. You see, probability of x equal to x means n c x, p power x, q power n minus x. So now, they ask about the, you see the subdivision 2, probability of, subdivision 2 is probability of x equal to 3. So x equal to 3 means I substitute the previous distribution, binomial distribution formula. The n value is 18, 18, x value is 3. Next, p value is 1 by 3 whole power, x value is x equal to 3, q value is 2 by 3, 2 by 3 whole power 18 minus 3. Therefore, 18c3, 1 by 1 by 3 power 3, 2 by 3 whole power 15. So, in the next step 18c3, 1 by 3 power 3, 2 power 15 by 3 power 15 equal to, so next 18c3, so I add 2 power 15 by, here I add the 3 power 3, 3 power 15, so 3 power 18. Therefore, this is the answer for 18c3, 2 power 15 by 3 power 18. This is the answer for probability of x equal to 3. Next, probability of x greater than or equal to 2 plus probability of x less than 2 equal to 1. So, I substitute p equal to 1 by 3, n equal to 18, q equal to 2 by 3. So, probability of x greater than or equal to 2 means 1 minus probability of x less than 2. That means 1 minus x less than 2 means x take the value 0 and 1. So, probability of x equal to 0 plus probability of x equal to 1. So, the formula is NC x p power x q power n minus x. So, n value is 18, 18. NC x value is 0, NC Gn 18 0, P value is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 whole power 0, Q value is 2 by 3 whole power 18 minus x, 18 minus 0 plus 18 1, 1 by 3 whole power 1, 2 by 3 whole power 18 minus 1. So 1 minus 18c0 is 1. 1 anything power 0 is 1. Next 2 by 3 whole power 18 minus 0 is 18 plus 18c1 means 18, 1 by 3. Next 18 minus 1 means 2 by 3 whole power 17. So in the next step you see 2 by 3 whole power 18 plus the 3 divide the 18. So that means 6 3s are 18. So 6 into 2 by 3 whole power 17. So the next step I write it 1 minus, that means 2 by 3 whole power 18 will come, plus that means here I take the common factor 2 by 3 whole power 17. So I write in the outside. So 2 by 3 whole power 17 I take from this factor. So the remaining terms are 2 by 3 plus 6. So I just doing the cross multiplication. 6 3s are 18. So 2 plus 18 by 3 into 2 by 3 whole power 17. 1 minus 20 by 3 into 2 by 3 whole power 17. This is the answer for probability of x greater than or equal to 2. Eighth problem. If x related to p of n comma p such that 4p into x equal to 4, 4 into probability of x equal to 4 equal to probability of x equal to 2 and n equal to 6, find the distribution mean and standard deviation. You see here, that means x related to binomial of n comma p such that 4 into probability of x equal to 4 equal to probability of x equal to 2 and n equal to 6. Find the distribution mean and standard deviation. So you see here, that means here 4 into probability of x equal to 4 equal to probability of x equal to 2. So and n equal to 6. So here probability of x equal to 4 means I substitute in the binomial distribution. 4 into the binomial distribution is ncx. ncx means nx. So n means here n value is 6. 6 x value is 4. 6 4. Next p power 4. p power x means p power 4 q power n minus 4. 6 minus 4 equal to next. So probability of x equal to 2. So 6c2 p square q power 6 minus 2. So in the next step 4 into Here 64 means 64 means I write it. This 4 I write it. The 6 minus 4 is 2. So 62. So 4 into 62. P power 4. Q power 6 minus 4 is q square equal to again 6, the left and right hand side 62 p square q power 4. Now p power 4 p square cancelled and q square q power 4 cancelled. So remaining terms are 4 6 62 cancelled. So remain the left hand side 4 into p square equal to the right hand side q square. Therefore, now I taking the square root on both sides. So square root of 4 is 2. Square root of p square is p equal to square root of q square is q. 2p equal to q. Therefore, p equal to 1 minus q. I substitute p equal to, so 2 into 1 minus q. 2 into 1 minus q equal to q. So I multiply the 2 in the factor. 2 minus 2q equal to q. 2 equal to 2q plus q equal to 2 equal to 3q. Q equal to 2 by 3. Therefore, p equal to 1 minus q means I substitute 1 minus 2 by 3 means I just doing the cross multiplication. 3 minus 2. So 3 minus 2 means 1 by 3. This is the answer for P. P equal to 1 by 3. So now they ask about the distributions and mean and standard deviation. Distribution is P equal to 1 by 3, Q equal to 2 by 3, N equal to 6. I substitute in the binomial distribution formula. Probability of x equal to NCX, P power x, Q power N minus x. So I substitute n value is 6, 6cx, here 6c not by 6cx, p value is 1 by 3, 1 by 3 whole power x, q value is 2 by 3, 2 by 3 whole power, n value is 6, 6 minus x. So the x takes the values 0, 1, 2, 3 up to 6. So mean value is np. So the n equal to 6, p value is 1 by 3 I substitute. So that means 6 into 1 by 3 is the 3 divided the 6. So 3 2s are 6. Therefore mean equal to 2. Standard deviation. Standard deviation formula is square root of npq equal to square root of n value is n equal to 6. That means np value. np value is 2. 2 into q value is here q equal to 2 by 3. So the standard deviation is 4 by 3. This is the answer for standard deviation. So therefore, in this problem, the distribution is f of x equal to 6 by, here c will come 6c x, 1 by 3 whole power x, 2 by 3 whole power 6 minus x. Mean equal to np equal to 2, standard deviation equal to square root of 4 by 3. You see here, ninth problem in a binomial distribution consisting of 5 independent trials. The probability of 1 and 2 success are 0.4096 and 0.2048 respectively. Find the mean and the variance of the distribution. So here 5 independent trials. 5 independent trial means n equal to 5. Next the probability of 1 and 2 success are. So probability of x equal to 1 is 1 trial is 0.40. Its probability is 0.4096. 2 trial is probability of x equal to 2 is 0.2048. Therefore you write it. The formula is you substitute in the binomial distribution nc x p power x q power n minus x equal to 0.4096. N value is 5. 5c1 p power 1 q power 5 minus 1 equal to 0.4096. Next 5c2 p square q power 5 minus 2 equal to 0.2048. Therefore 5c1 means 5 p into q power 4 equal to 0.4096. Next 5c2. 5c2 means its value is 10. 10 p square q cube equal to 0.2048. This is the equation number 1, equation number 2. So divide 2. That means the equation number 2 divided by 1. So I write the equation number 2. 10 p square q cube equal to 0.2048 divided by 5p into q power 4 equal to 0.4096. So next p divide the p square q power 4 and the q cube cancelled. So the remaining terms are 5 divided 10. So 5 2s are 10. 2p by q equal to 1 by 2. Therefore I just doing the cross multiplication. 4p equal to q. Where q equal to 1 minus p. So I substitute 4p plus the q value is, so that means I substitute p minus 1 equal to 0. So next I add it to 4p plus p is 5p minus 1 equal to 0, 5p equal to 1. So p equal to 1 by 5. Therefore q equal to, that means q equal to 1 minus p means I substitute the p value 1 by 5. I just doing the class multiplication. 5 minus 1 means 4 by 5. Q equal to 4 by 5, N equal to 5, P equal to 1 by 5. So mean equal to NP, 5 into 1 by 5 is 1. Variance equal to NPQ, 5 into N value is 5, P value is 1 by 5, Q value is 4 by 5. So that means that the 5 cancelled, 4 by 5. This is the answer for variance. Variance equal to 4 by 5, mean equal to 1. This is the answer for mean and variance. We complete the class.